Right, now that that's over, it's time for the Crystal Heart Princess to put all of her newly acquired crystal hearts into the royal treasury and play something far less stressful and far more fun. And seems it just come out, I think I have the perfect game in mind. What? Did you think I was going to do the entire review dressed as the princess again? Have you not seen anything about fursuit or costume care? Try to avoid as many bad liquids as possible, and while water is okay, to wash it, I think the salty seawater of the emerald brine, it could be classed just a little bit as a bad liquid, and it would take ages to get the smell of the sea out of the suit. Anyway, it's time to set sail. Well, kind of. As first, this game is really mixed. Some say it's the best thing since sliced bread, and others are saying it's the worst thing since No Man's Sky, some even calling it No Man's Sea. Oof, very conflicting there. Exactly like No Man's Sky? That's a bit harsh, I mean, when it first launched, some were saying it was the greatest thing ever, and others were saying that it's definitely the worst thing ever, dubbing it one man's lie. Two conflicting statements. Can both be true? Let's find out. But first, I do know one that is total bollocks.
I spent $60 on this!
Shut the fuck up, Joe. Don't sit there and act like it's $60, you lying asshole. It's free with the Xbox Live Pass, or if you currently have the Xbox Live Pass, £8 or $10 a month with the 14-day free trial. That's what I did, that's what Alex did, that's what Moon Knight did, that's what every single person under the sun did. I mean, he did say that he regretted buying it and he wished he'd got it on the trial, but every other reviewer I've seen was like, I just got the free trial to test it out, as 14 days is way more than enough time to test it out, and if you don't like it, you just either uninstall the game and cancel your subscription, or if you'd like to keep your subscription, just uninstall the game. You don't have to buy it, so allow me to dismiss the full price for now, as the price will play a factor later on, but allow me to dismiss the full price for now and say Joe is talking a little bit of bollocks. You don't have to waste $60. You can try it for yourself for free, or if you're still on the subscription, as little as £8, $10 to see it's for you or not. But regardless, yes, sea dogs, the horizon beckons, so stock up on ye grog, and stave up your bootstraps, and join my crew, and postpone ye judgment, one review before the mast. God damn! Does Rare never fail to impress when it comes to making something look absolutely stunning as it can be? The graphics are some of the nicest I've seen in this type of game. In a game that is 90% water, like I thought Subnautica looked pretty.
Oh, that's so cool. What is that? Is that a sand butthole? Oh, that's just shadows. Oh, that's so cool!
Exactly, nah dude, this is on a whole other level. First off, everything has been painted in that nice cartoony paint, a classic for Rare, one that they have perfected over the years with things like Banjo-Kazooie and Conker. But they have given that Toon World paint a splash of cell shading, and we all know what Toon World colours plus cell shading in a sea-like environment equals... Yes, Wind Waker. Like the bright blue sky with the lineless clouds, the second I stepped out of the tavern onto the shore for the first time. Well, here you go.
PC, so.
Is it
Oh my god, I mean, I'll give it this. I've just stepped outside. This is fucking beautiful. This is like some Wind Waker shit right here.
I know, it looks really nice.
Both above and below the sea, we are met with a plethora of bright tropical colours, and it does feel like we are cruising around a Toon World version of the Caribbean. And Joe said it.
God, this game is so beautiful. I love the art style. It feels rare. It looks rare. I don't think I've ever seen water that looks this good.
I have one more mission.
Man, look at this water. It's so beautiful. That looks good. Look at the water, man. That looks good.
Midnight said it.
I know, it looks really nice.
We all said it. In a game that's 90% water, you gotta get the water right. And Rare not only got it right, but took that shit up tenfold. Like now, this is kind of the standard for water. I mean, when I was saying Joe said it, Midnight said it, I held back on me saying it as I also say it, but I add a admonishing point. Look at the light shining on the water there.
I think it's not as.
It looks like real water.
Hey, hey Nintendo, you see
Midnight,
this?
I don't think it's PC problem.
Flick!
It's more like internet. How
Hey.
dare you shush your king?
Because I need to have a jab at someone. Hey Nintendo, you see this? You see this? Tell us, you see this? Where's my fucking Sunshine HD?
This is Microsoft, by the way.
Yes, well, Nintendo can watch this video. I'll point at this water and say, look how nice the water is. Look how nice the sun is shining off this
So,
water.
Spyro, you're saying
Where's Sunshine HD? Shark.
Oh, one person's asking for Sunshine HD. Let's do it.
God
Let's
damn it,
These
Alex, I wanted to say
sharks are having sex.
Oh crap! Spyro, get out of there, get out of there.
No, they're not doing anything. They're just having sex.
He
Oh.
wants to watch the sex part.
Exactly, Nintendo. Come on. The light shimmering off the water at sunrise and sunset. That looks like some Hotel Delfino shit right there. Just give me Sunshine HD. I mean, come on. The cartoony graphics with the crystal clear water. It already looks like that tropical area from Kirby Star Allies. Just give me Sunshine HD, please. We need it. Speaking of, as pointed out by the shimmering on the water at sunrise and sunset, it's not just the Toon World paint and cell shading that makes it look great, but the full-on shaders as well. If the graphics are on a 10 right now, with the shaders, they take that shit up to 11. From the shimmering sun off the water at sunrise and sunset.
Alright.
Oh yeah, that is a really nice sunset.
I know.
I'm going to swing it round so that we come round to the west, but I'm just kind of gazing at that sunset to get it on camera.
Yeah.
Do you have a hotkey just for Camtasia?
Yeah. To the ambient glow of the fires on the islands, especially at night.
I'll go to the crow's nest and get a good look.
I'm lighting you up.
Dude, look at this night sky. Oh my god, look at the island over there all lit up.
I think that's the one I'm going to, I'm not 100% sure.
No, that's
Is it to the west? Is it to the west?
that's
Yes.
a sanctuary. Dude, like
If it's lit up, you're about to go straight into a rock.
I know, I'm turning, but look over there in the storm, like the sea's on fire.
I know, it's so nice.
I
Yeah.
know, right?
We're going into that storm once we've done this shit. But we're still going to the west.
I want to fight a kraken.
Me too.
We need to go to the absolutely stunning night sky boxes adorned with stars and sometimes an aurora borealis. I really just want to like go into the middle of that storm. Oh, nighttime's so pretty with all these red clouds. What's in the water look like at night? Oh shit. Is that a sunken ship down there? No, it's just part of the... In terms of graphics, Rare is a... What's that? Yeah? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay then. Alright, I'll tell them that. Right, so, sorry, my young friend Flurry Heart here has just informed me, because she is obviously young, she is down and hip with the kids, and obviously, because I need to be relevant and down and hip with the kids, she has informed me that if you say the words Aurora Borealis, I have to use a clip from the 1996 Simpsons episode 20 Short Stories of Springfield. This one.
No, I said steamed hams.
But then change it in some way to fit the context of what I'm doing or reviewing. So, just give me a second. I guess something like this?
I thought we were having steamed clams. Dio, no, and a bucket o' chum. I said steamed hams. That's what I call hamburgers. Ye call hamburgers steamed hams, and a bottle of rum. It's an overseas dialect. What island? Shiver me timbers. Bye. The West Coast. Really? Well, I'm from New Providence, and I've ne'er heard anyone use the phrase steamed hams. Ye scurvy dog. Oh, not in New Providence. Nay. It's a Clube expression, with a chest full of booty. I see. Ye be knowin', these hamburgers be quite similar to the ones they have at the tavern by the docks. Oh. No. Patented Skinner burgers. Barnacle covered family recipe. Yo ho ho. Yo ho ho. For steamed hams. And ye call them steamed hams despite the fact that they be obviously grilled. Ye be knowin'. The one thing I should. Excuse me fair 1 second. Of course. Well, that were been wonderful. A good time were been had by all. I'm pooped, ye scurvy dog. I should be good lord. What be happening in there? And a bottle of rum. British invaders. Walk the plank. Fire the cannons. Are British invaders at this time of year, at this time of day, in this part of the country localized entirely within your kitchen? May I see em? And hoist the mainsail. Nay. See more. The house be on fire. Nay. Dear old mum. Bless her black soul. It's just the British invaders.
There we go. Don't know why I needed to do that, Flurry, but if that's what's hip and cool with them millennials, I guess we filled that quota. Unlike the quota of Souls missions, which are a load of shit. But that's for the gameplay. Although now I think about it, the music's next, and it would have transitioned a whole lot smoother if the gameplay was next and we transitioned into the quota of souls. But oh well, let's just continue sailing onwards, ye yellow-bellied codfish.
Nada pora humzapse, nada pora humzapse, Jari pora nook barbre, Jari pora nook barbre, Tillidora capatu, Tillidora capatu, Isegons la persona.
It's pretty good. Most of it is ambient sounds, like just the sounds of the sea, but when things are going on, like sailing into battle, the music really picks up.
Return on proximity voice chat and team up with them. No, don't team up with them, let's kill the galleon. And then kill them.
Let's kill this big guy.
Can't turn anymore.
We're gonna have this one.
I'll be happy with either of them.
We're going galleon and then they'll come for the galleon. And we'll go freaking take over.
The
Oh,
galleon
they're
is
shooting at
firing!
us! They're shooting at us!
The galleon hit, the galleon hit.
Oh, turn!
I
We're
can't
being
turn
shot.
anymore!
Shoot, we found it. We need wood, give me a second, I'm catching up the place.
We need to turn the
catch up.
sails more! We're gonna board,
Okay,
boys!
midnight, turn the sails, midnight, turn the sails.
No!
We're gonna board! It's boarding time! Get your sword
yeah.
out!
Let's get in there! Let's board them!
Give me a second, I'm catching up the ship, it can't be leaking. Two leaks.
Well, most of it is just kind of the sounds of the sea. Just sit back, sail your ship, and take it all in. Well, kind of, as some sounds are clearly missing, as despite there being seagulls around this ship and on the island, there are
They're just
no
taunting us,
seagull
man.
sounds.
Yeah, I know.
Look at them.
They just keep coming back. for more.
Fuckers.
They know that we can't hit them. Where are we going? To the rock?
Straight. Actually, a little bit to the left. Oh, fuck.
Why? Like, you do know you don't have to fly over to England and then take a train to Blackpool and then put your microphone in the mouth of a Blackpool seagull. Like, seagull sounds are royalty free. Like, you can just get a royalty-free seagull sound. Look, even the first result on YouTube, there is 10 minutes of seagull sounds for you to choose from. So, a few more sea sounds and sea-sounding effects would be nice, but let's face it, a minor nitpick, as the first thing everyone buys from the shop is an instrument. So you're going to hear the Pirates version of Flight of the Valkyries. Yeah, like that, over and over again, till it's like the Skyrim theme. You know, Dovahkiin, Naxin das war him, da 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 da. It's going to be ground into your head, and you will hear Flight of the Valkyries just constantly from that little winding box till you're hearing it in your sleep, where it's going, I can't even remember. Dun, 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 dun. So a few more sea songs will be nice, so you don't have to hear that one on repeat. Just, you can add a few more sea shanties, like the Aboobali song.
Bada pora humzatse, Jari pora nut barbre, Jari pora nut barbre, Tillidora capatu, Isse gons la perseleia. Augusta slain baby, at Mueja Boobali, Esso salo diokin, Ulakama Boobalila.
Or the other one. You know the one I'm talking about. Everyone's favourite. Like King Flick's favourite. Exactly. But aside from needing a wider set of songs and maybe a few extra noises, everything that's there is great. It feels like we're on the ocean. We've got our little pirate man over there playing some little pirate songs. We're sailing our ship. We're hearing the waves crash against our ship. We can hear the creaking of the wood as we steer our ship. So everything that's there is great. Maybe just a few extra sounds and a few extra things in the instruments so that you don't have to hear Flight of the Valkyries over and over and over and over and over again. So I'm going to cover these separately, as the next bit is where it all kicks off and where all the arguments begin. But control-wise, it's great. The controls are really responsive, and everything that interacts with the controls has the right amount of weight to it for that extra layer of immersion. Like, when I was in a storm, for reasons I'll bring up later, the ship's wheel is spinning wildly, and when trying to take control and pull it in a certain direction, there is a really good amount of resist, and anytime you even slightly relax the stick, the wheel starts to go crazy at an alarming rate. So when I'm pushing hard on the stick, you can still see and slightly feel the stick basically fighting against you. So it's got that right amount of resist, and you do feel like that stick is fighting against you in this storm, and you have to basically apply a good amount of push to keep yourself straight. Or if we compare a light thing to a heavy thing, turning the sails, it only takes a button press and slightly moving the joystick, and it only takes a moment, as it's nothing more than rope and cloth. But turning the anchor wheel, it's a way heavier object, and you feel the resistance slowness because it's a heavier object. When you're pushing the big wooden thing in the middle round and round to make the anchor go up, you have to push a lot harder than just your slight tap walk. So everything has the right amount of resist. So all the controls and items that interact with the controls work great, and everything is one-to-one and really responsive. So no faults there. But we have covered all the great stuff. All the stuff that's pretty much unanimous. The music, the graphics, the controls, they're all great. But now, it's time, my crew, to be prepared to face the worst punishment a man can bring upon himself, stretching on forever, just like that of Davy Jones' lacquer. Or the best thing ever. So, the perfect pirate game, or No Man's Sea? Let's sail into dangerous waters. Anyone with a yellow belly, I suggest you jump ship. Now, as if we cannot surmount these doldrums before night, then we'll be doomed to roam on trackless, empty seas forever. So, Spyro, which do you feel? Pirating perfection or No Man's Sea? Your crew is waiting. I'm kind of in the middle, leaning slightly more towards No Man's Sea. So let's start with everything that's there, and what is there is fine as a starter. As mentioned above, graphics, music, controls, all great. And then we have some extra nice things, like we have a ship shop to decorate our ship, which, if you're worried, don't worry. If your ship is ever sank, it will come back in the exact same way that it's been built or formatted or specced out or whatever you want to call it. And there is some nice paint jobs and some nice bow sculpt pins up for grabs. Some you buy with gold, some you unlock by ranking up in one of the 3 factions. So there is certainly an incentive to keep playing and leveling up the factions to go for this stuff. Kind of, but we'll get into that in a minute. And There is also a clothier that offers various cosmetics. Again, some looking really cool, and again, some purchased with gold, some via ranking up in the 3 factions. Some I would have really wanted to go for, but here's where it all starts to fall apart. So, first off, Microsoft, your online servers are shit. I would want to get this stuff, but for the first hour or so, none of us could even connect. And when we did, the game crashed the whole PC. Here's that fiasco. So, I'm here on the phone as we're having some technical difficulties with Sea of Thieves. Apparently, according to Alex, who is the computer expert, it's poorly optimized, and as you can see down here in the taskbar, that Sea of Thieves right there, that one that's blank, it just refuses to show up. And if we wanted to empty the recycle bin, you know, just basic Explorer stuff, we'll double click the recycle bin. Oh, listen to that noise. Yeah, yeah! The recycle bin and a lot of the Explorer functions just are not working. Let's put in recycle bin up here. Hey,
wait a minute,
guys.
did I get myself drunk?
So there's a recycle bin. I want to empty the recycle bin, and it doesn't empty.
Alex, I'm already in it slowly.
So yeah, it's a fun optimized game. We'll see what happens when this bar gets full, but I suspect that, like previous times with that bar down there, it's going to affect everything. And it's not that the game's running bad. Like in the game itself, like, oh, it's looking, that's running at 60, and you know, Midnight over there. Wait a minute. You know, Midnight over there. They're walking around very fast. Everything's running fine in game. Ooh, look at that sunrise. Looking nice, but out of game. But out of game. Jesus fuck. It's what, Alex?
It's probably the Xbox's inbuilt DRM.
Oh, good. So there you go. Apparently it's the Xbox's inbuilt DRM. Fun. So that's this bit of the review. I'm gonna go figure this out. I'm just waiting for it. It's nearly done. Maybe it'll actually delete something this time. Maybe it'll actually delete when that bar gets full. It's nearly done. It's nearly done.
Game's actually working.
It's nearly done. Oh, it goes over the X as well.
This is what the fact that I paid money for this makes me feel like Midnight. Turn around. Midnight, turn around. Look at me. This is what this makes me feel.
Rivali Senpai! Why is it not working, Rivali Senpai?
Alex, why'd you just jump off the edge?
Because I paid money for this now.
We're waiting for it to load, Rivali Senpai. It's almost done. Let's go back, Rivali Senpai. It's nearly back there. No!
The face on this guy right now is probably yours right now.
At least you guys didn't have to pay a dime for this. I hear your voices. Yeah.
Huzzah! He hears our voices.
Wait, rush up. Let's see Moon. If he doesn't get kicked out.
Look at it. Is it froze? Is it actually froze on the halfway mark? It's froze on the halfway mark, Gav.
Oh.
So can we not play?
Oh, shit, man.
I thought Moon Knight.
No, you know what I'm going to have to do to make this work? I'm going to have to close Sea of Thieves.
No. No. No.
Oh.
Wait, no, if we're on a server, that means Spyro. Spyro. Spyro.
Yeah, and then when we finally did get it working well, only 3 of the 4 crew members could, and we had to leave the poor little burb in his nest, as for him, it was fucked.
I'm still loading, what the fuck? We're both loaded already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got beefy PCs, so.
Like that.
I have to see the flipping load screen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the water looks so pretty in this flipping screenshot.
Moon, I'm here with you, I'm still loading.
Oh, just hadn't pumped the sharks.
I'm playing with a fucking load
They'll
screen.
swim at you. And you have also fucked this review slightly. Look at it. It's a bird. Do you understand how many jokes I could have made of Burb want a cracker, Polly want a cracker, or dressed him up as a parrot? Do you understand how many jokes will never be because of your shit online?
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its scenes while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence.
And, you know, I've never bought an Xbox, but if this is what your online service is like, Microsoft, then I'm glad I didn't. And why exclusive? Oh, to have it on the Xbox and Microsoft store? Yeah, sorry to disappoint you, but no one is going to buy your shitty Xbox One X, as it's just a shit PC. And for $600, which is what you're charging, first of all, liquid cooling can fuck the system, but you haven't mentioned that, and you haven't mentioned the dangers of liquid cooling systems, but, you know, that's for professional PC people that know what they're doing, so clearly you don't need to inform general people about that. And this whole, the first ever home console with liquid cooling, it's not a good idea. But secondly, for $600, which is what you're charging, you can get a really decent PC for $600. So why would I buy a shit imitation of $600 when I could buy a relatively decent PC for $600? And when you finally do get in, unfortunately, it has this demo-like feel. When I first loaded in, I was overcome with wonder and amazement. Oh man, it looks like Wind Waker. It just looks like that one part of Sly Cooper 3 where you steer the ship and you fire in the cannons, or Black Flag, but better as it's online, and you can have a crew and sail with your crew on these adventures, and all the controls are perfect, and we set sail on the high seas, and it felt like a real adventure, and we were having a lot of fun. If you watch my first impressions, we're sailing around, and we got into this amazing adventure where we saw a small ship, and we were like, we're gonna plunder that one-man ship.
No, I think it's 2 or 3 because that has. No, that's 1 actually. Sorry.
And it started fleeing, so we chased it, and then like another 20 minutes in, we saw a second galleon, and it started shooting at us.
Get both of them. Because.
Oh no, the galleon! The little ship's attacking the galleon!
Let them kill each other, let them kill each other.
No, attack the galleon! Help the small ship, because the small ship's a bitch! Fire at the galleon! Or fire at the small ship, whichever one!
Galleon, go for Galleon, they probably have better loot, but they probably just sold it all, so...
Whichever one we've got a lock on, we might be coming into contact with the small ship.
No, we're in contact with Galleon. We're in contact with Galleon. We can board the small ship, but we can fire at the Galleon.
Alright, let's...
3, 2, 1.
And then one shot hits the small galleon starts firing back, and then we started shooting at the big galleon, and we started teaming up with the little galleon, and then it turned into this big, really exciting three-way battle.
The galleon hit,
Oh, turn.
I can't turn anymore.
Shoot, we've had it. We need wood, give me a second, I'm patching up the place.
We need to turn the sails more! We're gonna board,
okay,
boys!
Midnight, turn the sails! Midnight, turn the sails!
No!
We're gonna board! It's boarding time! Get your sword out!
Let's get in there! Let's board them!
Give me a second.
Steering. There's our man.
Alright.
Where's our third man gone?
There, they're fighting each other,
Right, I've got the wheel. The little ship's got him.
Wait, have they gone down?
Wait, did they jump the ship they're on?
Oh, we might crash. We're about to crash. Turn.
With who?
With the little ship. Turn to the left.
What's the little ship? Jump him, invade him! Invade him!
Right, invade the ship.
Jump.
And yeah, that was really fun and exciting. And one time we also had a hold full of treasure from a very long mission, like 3 chests of treasure and a skull, and we were returning to cash that in, and a random person joined our crew, and we were like, right, just don't move, we're fully stocked, we're nearly there. And he shot at a fully stocked up galleon that was just leaving port, and we ended up getting chased across the world. Should I go there?
It looks like it's about to leave, so don't...
Yeah, do you want me to park up at that outpost or not?
No, because we need to get the other piece of chest, and then we're fine. Maybe we should park up the ship here while they leave, or are they letting us go? I'm hoping it's the second.
Stop playing your accordion and get your telescope out. Telescope them.
Alright, I'll head to the top. I'll get up.
So where are we going?
We are heading southwest.
You fucking idiot, Midnight!
Don't fire!
That wasn't me, that was Batman.
Oh god. They're pissed. They're pissed.
That's Batman doing that. I'm over here.
Hey, is there any way we can just go with sorry? Wait, who has voice chat on? Did you enable microphone, Midnight?
No.
Arse.
Okay.
Right. One of us enable microphone so we can use proximity voice chat.
They're chasing us now.
Yeah. Well,
shit.
I'm just going to wave.
Cannon Cove.
I don't want to start trouble, guys. I'm just waving.
Let's just
Oh god, there's a second one from the fucking right as well.
Oh no.
Alright, I'm gonna like do something.
I'm gonna find what push to talk is, and I'm gonna use
I'm gonna do something rather stupid.
What?
Because I don't know what it's going to do. It's gonna throw us way off course.
But we'll be alive.
Yeah. Basically, so answer me this: Did he ever program a end of the world? Or the last one, which I'll bring up, when we had a really, really good crew member, well, kind of, but pretty good. We were in the middle of a battle and the guy fell overboard. So we were left with two options. We either keep the ship going, continue the battle, or drop anchor to save him, but it'd make us sitting ducks and we would pretty much get shot to shit and sink. It was pretty much agreed by the captain, yours truly, that it's a pirate's life. He's shark food and the sharks can have him. But no, Alex, the Ubisoft loving fool, no really, he loves Far Cry 5 and thinks it's the best one despite it being objectively inferior due to it being a $60 game with microtransactions. But Alex, the Ubisoft loving fool, disobeyed a direct order from the captain and dropped the anchor, the mutinous little shit!
Care! You want to catch the wind, right? Okay, catch the wind. Also might help if we had the flag.
Not all the way, what are you doing?
I'm doing it so it catches the damn wind.
We're against the wind.
I know, but if we catch the wind with the flags, we can turn better.
He's ringing the bell.
I can't see shit now.
Well, you gotta go with your gut instincts and we'll tell you where to go, right?
There's a ship over there.
Well, I mean, we're not going to catch the ship because Alex is sabotaging us.
I'm not
Then turn it so it's...
You left him! Drop the anchor with the guy! The guy fell off the ship!
He's done for. Alex, get that anchor up! I am calling mutiny on you!
Get the anchor up.
Midnight, get the fucking
let
anchor.
the guy come! He's come. Okay, these guys are coming for us.
Yeah, because you fucking dropped the anchor, you mutinous swine!
Yeah, so we can save the guy, right? And now these people are coming, and we're gonna ace them,
And now
right?
we're sitting ducks!
We're gonna dust them, get in the flipping. Alright, quickly get on this side, and we're gonna fire. 3, 2, 1, they hit us. Give me a sec, there we go. Fire at them.
Yep, fire. Fire the cannons.
They've got the wind. We're fucked. They've got the wind.
No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're going.
Alex, turn the fucking sail!
Turn it.
We've not even got the anchor up, you little...
Turn to the left.
Oh my god.
Get the anchor up.
You know what?
two.
I'm gonna
Go.
stab you after this. You have mutinied us. You have got us killed. Get the fucking
We're
anchor
not
up.
being killed,
Get
are
the
we?
anchor up.
They get the anchor up.
Okay, get the anchor up.
Oh shoot! It's flooding. It's flooding. It's flooding.
Yes, I know it's flooding because you put the anchor down.
Shut up.
Have we got any boards?
Yes, I'm boarding up the back. I'm repairing the hull. I'm repairing the hull.
Yeah.
They only hit us with one
You
cannon.
do that. Make yourself useful.
Shut up.
Midnight, you need to fucking bail us out.
I'm emptying the ship. I'm emptying the ship. Don't throw it back in,
Oh crap.
please.
Jesus fucking. We are.
No.
they're not.
Who's sailing? There's no one sailing the. Oh my god, we nearly crashed in. We're gonna crash.
No.
We're not.
Go to the ship. I'm emptying out the water.
Alex, turn the fucking sail! For fuck!
To which way?
No, it's alright. To the right.
That's not catching the wind.
I'm dumping out the water.
Yeah, but once we turn all the way right, we'll catch up to this one-man ship.
No, I think it's 2 or 3 because that has. No, that's 1 actually. So we're chasing this guy then.
And don't drop the fucking anchor this time.
A man went overboard.
Then it's a pirate's life. The sharks will have him. So within the opening hours, it was fun. Really, really fun. And there were many adventures to be had. But after the first few hours, there's nothing. As the adventures quickly devolve into the titular No Man's Sea. As quests are just all the same and get incredibly boring. Gold Hoarder gives you a map and you have to go to an island and dig up a box. It's always that. It's just always that. Never the same. Like, we sink other players' ships. Why not have quests at sunken ships? Or like Wind Waker, where we have treasure on the ocean floor that's too deep to dive to, so you and your crew have to move the ship into position and work together to work this winch and winch it up. Or even have AI ships that already have the gold and you are forced to sink them. Anything. These are all examples, but there are so many possibilities. But it's always the same. Go to the island, dig up the box. Go to the island, dig up the box. Go to the island, dig up the box. Did I mention go to the island, dig up the box? I mean, the go to the island, dig up the box is a good starting point, but where's the variety? Again, another random example. How about having some kind of cursed treasure that prevents the one that picks it up from ever dropping it, so you have to get it back with only 3 crew members rather than 4, because the other one can't physically do anything because they're stuck holding the chest. And the same applies for the other 2 factions. The Order of Souls is always go to the island and kill the skeleton. Endless skeletons. Again, fun as a starting point to see a couple of skeletons and the crazy captain with the glowing skull and carry the glowing skull back. But after the 10th, 11th, 12th time, it's vapid and meaningless. How about some undead pirates, or some enraged island spirits, or some other pirates? Again, there is a plethora of enemy types that are sea-themed. Sirens! There's another one. Why not sirens? That affect the one steering the ship, like messing with the vision and incentivizing more communication between you and your team. But no, just skeletons. And more skeletons. Oh hey, there's some more skeletons over there. And of course, the ferry missions. And once again, if you have not caught on, it's just always the same. It's just local farm animals. Pigs, cows, sheep, chickens, like. Again, interesting idea, but it stops at the first hurdle. It's just constant farm animals. Just always, forever. Why not after the farm animals some more precious cargo? Like a rock egg or a mermaid scale. Something of high value. And while transporting this high value item, AI ships would be more aggressive and other players can see that you have it. And if they sink you, they can steal the scale and sell it for a high price, making it a high risk but high reward mission. But there's nothing like that. So everything just becomes repetitive and incredibly dull after your first few hours. So once you get to about hour 5 or 6, your ship's no longer a ship. It's Spyro's chicken coop because I am the chicken queen. And the chicken coop is just sailing around with a load of chickens on it, sometimes occasionally digging up a box and sometimes occasionally killing skeletons, while working as some sort of Wind Waker-esque Uber for my chicken brethren. So, that's it. And that's the experience. The first few hours, you'll initially come out onto the pier and you'll be like, man, look at how good this is, and you'll be filled with that sense of childlike wonder, and you'll have a couple of adventures, but then you'll just see how empty the sea really is, and how the islands are all more or less the same. Dead with maybe a few skeletons and a couple of chickens if you've moved them from one place to another, and the quests just become vapid and empty. But worst of all, the sea itself has nothing in it. You will sail upon these doldrums and trackless, empty seas forever. As aside from a few sharks, the ocean is empty. As empty as Fallout 4 or Xenoblade 2 or the Sea of Ghosts in Skyrim. Just a normal map with a layer of water dumped over the top. Hardly any normal fish, no whales, no mermaids or anything. Again, you could have filled it with any number of marine life, normal or mythical. Mermaids. I'm not just talking about that one random one that takes you to your ship. I'm talking about packs of them with little mermaid villages. But mermaids, sirens, jellyfish, giant crabs, anglerfish deep down in the depths, a leviathan, anything, but there's nothing. Well, no, that's not technically true. There is one sea creature, the iconic one of pirating legend, the Kraken, but you won't ever find it. Its criteria is pure random, and as far as vague criterias go, you have to be in deep water, which is 90% of the map, and its spawn rate goes up the closer to the eye of the storm you are, as there's this one storm that moves around the map. But even that's, well, like, quite bullshit, as me and my crew spent 20 minutes having our ship smashed to shit in this storm, right close to the eye, and we could never get it to spawn. That's really annoyed me. We spent like 15-20 minutes in there and we didn't even get to see it.
Okay, no more leaves.
Check upstairs.
Yeah, however, it's not worth it, as even though you have got it to spawn, those that have got it to spawn have shown what an utter disappointment it is. So when it does spawn, giant tentacles rise out of the water, and that's all you fight. I mean, fair enough as a first stage, it's always the signature of the Titan, its giant tentacles rising out the waves and taking hold of the ship so it can't escape. But where is the main body? That second stage, its round maw of 1,000,000 teeth towering over the ship and the players. Well, sorry to disappoint, but that never happens. Not only because they never programmed a second stage, but because they never programmed a Kraken. You see, the tentacles are all that's there. Diving into the water now turns the water black to make sure that you can't see anything. But people aren't stupid. They can research this, they can cheat by turning their brightness up, or of course data mine it. And this shit was data mined in the space of a day, and in the files no Kraken body exists that people can see. And by doing just some good old-fashioned in-game looking, players have found that there is nothing there, as by jumping directly at the tentacle and swimming down, tanking the damage of course, you can see that there is nothing, and those that are not taking this far away screenshot but actually diving down see that each tentacle is attached to a small black box. You know, a black box that now blends in with the new black water. And it's clear that the commands and attack patterns of the tentacles are in these boxes, and as each tentacle is defeated, these boxes despawn along with the black water. Now, whether it's there or not is a moot point, as aside from one very, very specific mission we'll come to in a moment, going through this battle, killing the Kraken, rewards you with nothing.
Doesn't do anything. It's just, it actually kind of just confusingly goes away, and everybody's like, did we kill it? And do you get anything for killing the Kraken? No! You get jack shit!
Jack and shit. All it serves to do is waste your cannonballs and planks for no reason. Again, a reward that could be sold for a high price would be worth the waste of resources if successful. But there's nothing. Just nothing. And that sums up the whole game. A great idea and adventure on the surface, but go any deeper and there's nothing but a big black empty void. Oh man, I guess our technology's devolved since 2006 when we could render a Kraken's body in clear water. What a shame. And this is nothing to say of the quote-unquote ultimate reward. So apparently there is a story mode, kind of, but not really. I mean, why don't you tell us this from the start? But even then, it sounds like quite a lot of bollocks. So according to Microsoft, the first part of the story is to become a pirate legend. How do we become a pirate legend? Well, like the games of old, you need to find everything that there is to find in the ocean. Come back when you have reached 100%. That's all 3 factions at rank 50, all ship cosmetics purchased, all regular cosmetics purchased, and all equipment like the sniper rifle purchased, and the final mission to kill the Kraken, wherein you will be rewarded with a very secret legend song, and that will unlock the legendary base. So once you've done everything and you've got the legend song, you have to go sailing around the ocean, playing the song everywhere, and you can find the legendary pirate hideaway. And in Microsoft's words, when you become a pirate legend, everyone assumes you just get an outfit. Actually, that's just the start, said design director Mike Chapman. There's a hidden location that no one knows about, a pirate hideout called the Tavern of Legends. If you go up into the captain's cavern in the tavern, you can meet the Pirate Lord. He will give you legendary voyages, which are the best and most rewarding voyages in the game. This hideout becomes your hideout. You start this journey to become a Barbossa, a Jack Sparrow, a Blackbeard of the Sea of Thieves world. And now you're going to build your own Black Pearl. When people see your ship, they will know that it's the ship of a pirate legend. When you embark on a pirate legend voyage, it leads to ancient chests which are the best in the game. They've got unique clothing and weapons inside that only pirate legends can dig up. But when they're on your ship, anyone can steal them. The first person to find the Tavern of Legends will no doubt become celebrated in the Sea of Thieves world, Chapman added. Yeah, sure. Back to you, Review Spyro. Right. Let's break down this bollocks. So, first off, you're saying you get your own cool ship and hideout. Right, but what happens when everybody gets the legendary status? Does this mean every single person will be sharing the same hideout? Second, you get these new, amazing, diverse, legendary quests. Right, again, so what you're saying is the real game starts here, 100 hours in, or however long it takes you to grind out everything to get 100%, to get the legendary status. Now, I've done some searching and no one at time of recording has put up these legendary quests, but that's because of point 3. Third, the hideout could be a total load of bollocks, as at time of writing no one has ever found it. People have dug into the game's files and they've messed with the player and it's there, but no one actually did it. That was until 2 days ago, where one person did actually do it. They actually got 100%. They cheated, of course, and his smugness was something to be frowned upon, like he was acting like, oh yeah, I totally did it legit, guys, and he does not need to be named or shown, because he doesn't really deserve the bragging that he wants to get. He's just being a little attention whore like someone else that hacked into a certain game. But anyway, they did it 100%. All items, all 3 factions at level 50. The Kraken killed, the legendary song got, and the legendary pirate status or title obtained. So, where's my hideout? Well, this is where the bollocks starts to come in. You see, like any company, they congratulated him, but they never outright give him the hideout. They told him he has to find it, and for 7 days, he couldn't find it. Nobody could. People data mined it again, the place is there, the assets are there, but whether there is actually a way to get to that place is up for debate, as anyone like this person that was at a legendary status couldn't find it, and people that claim to have legendary status, well, they never showed it. They just claimed to have it and claimed to say that they were there, but then they never showed anything other than the same print screen from the docs that was the same print screen that Rare put on their website, never showing how to get into the tavern or if there's anything even in the tavern. Well, that was until our little totally legit first person, legit for real but not really as he just boosted his way to the top, found it. It's in the basement of a tavern, and oh boy, is it really a massive waste of time. So getting into the legendary tavern shows off some nice things. Everyone is a ghost and you get to drink legendary grog that I think gives you a few more hit points and a bit of extra damage for a few hours for the legendary voyages. And there's some new cosmetics like the ghost stuff that's kinda cool. It makes you glow like a ghost. But that's where it ends, as all that grinding is all for nothing due to your reward for doing a massive grind is none other than another long, massive grind. So, going upstairs in the tavern, we are met with the Pirate King, and the Pirate King has 3 mini-factions, each that has a cap of level 10. But remember that second statement. Here, I'll read it again for you. He will give you legendary voyages, which are the best and most rewarding voyages in the game. Yes, oh, look at these legendary quests. So new, so diverse, so amazing. The real game starts here now. No, they don't. As all those that have got the legendary status, legit or not, have confirmed that the 3 legendary factions are the exact same. Go to an island, dig up the box, bring it back, kill some skellies, or transport some farm animals. So it's a total load of bollocks. But hey, what about that new legendary ship? You get to make your own Black Pearl. I mean, let me read the statement again for you. This hideout becomes your hideout. You start this journey to become a Barbossa, a Jack Sparrow, a Blackbeard of the Sea of Thieves world. And now you're going to build your own Black Pearl. When people see your ship, they will know that it's the ship of a pirate legend. Yeah, so what about that? I mean, you don't get it from entering the tavern, but here we are at 10, 10, 10. All 3 legendary factions maxed out and donezo. So, where's our new ship? There is no new ship. It's not in the game. So, yeah, your reward for becoming 50, 50, 50, 10, 10, 10 is nothing. But the ship is irrelevant, really, because think about this. Even if you got the ship, it doesn't matter whether you get it or not. You've now got everything, because you needed to have 100% to enter the Legendary Tavern, and now you've got 10, 10, 10. So you've got everything in the game, so what do you do now? You've done all the normal missions. You've done all the legendary missions. You have all the cosmetics. You have your glowing ghost outfit. You have your legendary ship if it was in the game. So there is nothing. Look at all this gold that you've got. Look at all of this magical, I've got 50, 50, 50, 10, 10, 10 bragging rights, but what are you going to do with it? So for all your struggles, all you can do with your extra HP and damage from the legendary grog is grief other players. But again, let's face it, you've been doing that for most of the game anyway, sinking their ships and stealing their loot to get to 50, 50, 50 to get the legendary status. So you've got nothing to do. So while the game can be fun at times, really fun at times, it's by far not worth the extremely boring grind to get the legendary status that only gives you more of the same missions and a few glowy clothes that then lands you nothing because they haven't even put the black pearl in the game yet. So my final verdict on this is a seaworthy but cursed 3 out of 5. This vessel, as mentioned, is mostly seaworthy. Like, it's painted pretty, it creaks and sounds like a true ship, and it handles as if it were a legendary ship like the Flying Dutchman or the Black Pearl herself. But that's it. We got the body and the mast, but nary a sail or cannon in sight. Perfect to look at and walk around on for an hour, but impossible to take on a voyage due to the aforementioned lack of sails and cannons. Sea of Thieves in its current state is a great starting point, something that has a lot of potential. It's got a great base, a great foundation in terms of graphics and music and even the controls, and then we can even, if we wanted to, say that that foundation goes even further, and it's got a great foundation for the base missions. Like, hardly anything's been built up on that foundation. Like, the basic quests, they work, and they're good as a nice introduction to the sea. Like, here's a couple of dig up the treasure chests, here's a couple of move the farm animals, but again, they're just an introduction. And once you get past that, the starting point, unfortunately, is also the ending point. We get quests for gold to do more quests for more gold for more quests for more gold. And even after all the quests are done, once you hit 50, 50, 50, your legendary reward is more quests. And even then, once you hit 10, 10, 10 on the legendary quests, you get nothing. You are the king of the pirates, and aside from your new glowing ghost clothes, you've got nothing, and there's nothing beyond that. Across this review, I had a couple of comments and people saying, especially in the legendary tavern with the Pirate King, to make One Piece jokes. Look, it's the king of the pirates, it's the king of the gonna be king of the pirates. And I thought about that and I restrained from doing it because it's a perfect comparison. Like, think about this, okay? One Piece has been going for close to 1,000 episodes and 15 movies, and 80%, literally close to 800 episodes and 12 of them movies have taken place in the Grand Line, and it's a perfect reflection of Sea of Thieves. You will start out in the East Blue, wide-eyed and ready for adventure on the high seas, but like One Piece, your grand adventure will be short-lived. The first few hours across the northeast southwest blue will be great, and you'll have some fun things to see, some fun things to do, and have some fun moments. But like with Captain Kuro and Don Krieg, your adventures around the Great Blue will only last a few episodes each, a season at most. But then you will hit the Grand Line, and like the Grand Line, there will still be adventures to be had, but it's the same one, over and over and over and over and over, just more and more skeletons to kill and more skeletons to kill, the same treasure to dig up and deliver, and you will do this for 800 episodes and 15 movies, and it will just get more and more boring and just drain you more and more. Most will stop watching, but you slogged on. You finally reached One Piece. You got 50-50-50, 10-10-10, and became the king of the pirates. But was it worth it? Like, be real with me here. Do you honestly think, after 10 years, or however long the series has been going on, do you honestly, truly think that whatever One Piece actually is going to live up to the hype? Of course not. And even when Luffy finds it, what's he gonna do with it? Keep it? Spend it? Take it out the Grand Line? No, nothing will happen. He will become king of the pirates like you, and then that's where the series ends. So you and him are in the same boat. Like Luffy, you slogged through 800 episodes, you got through the Grand Line, you become a pirate legend, you got 50-50-50, 10-10-10, you killed a Kraken, and you become king of the pirates. But you've bought all the cosmetic upgrades, so gold is now pointless, so congratulations. Like Goldie Roger, you're the king of the pirates, but like him, you're the king of nothing. If we had to use 2 words to describe this game as it stands, it's wasted potential. It really does have potential to go the distance, but in its current state, it's wasted. All the quests are dull to the point where you just don't want to play anymore. The reward is mute. And come on, Rare, a random dude as the Pirate King. Wasted opportunity. He's your intellectual property. You could have easily used Captain Blackeye, who set sail on the Sea of Thieves and found the legendary treasure after the bear stole his glory. Now, this is a closing statement, mainly to Rare. I'll tweet this video to them as well, as unlike other reviews that kind of end here like, oh, Joe, I'm gonna give you, like Joe actually, I'll just play his clip first.
Zero story. This experience falls well short of its concept, and I'm not sure if it can actually be fixed, minus the complete restart with all those things and a clear vision in mind. I do hope that we see what players truly wanted here and make the actual pirate experience with all this and more. Maybe in Sea of Thieves too.
Yeah, unlike that where Joe's just like, oh, I'm gonna end it here and that's it. I'm actually going to do the next step. I'm going to give you a list of shit that needs fixing, and then I'm going to fix them for you. Because as the greatest dragon in gaming, that's what I do. I fix the problems of the gaming world. So, number 1. Add more diverse quests in each of the 3 factions. Watch the review back for ideas on how to do that. Number 2, add more sea life to the sea. Again, watch back for ideas on what to put in the sea, and finish the Kraken's body. And number 3, this is one of the more important ones, add more special events. Like, the Kraken is a nice start, but the sea... It still feels very dead, as the chances of running into anything are quite low. So maybe add Davy Jones on the Flying Dutchman. He's sailing around, and there is a chance that you could run into him and his invincible ship, so you have to outrun him. Or, if you follow the biggest star and you do the other certain tasks, you know, like the brightest star in the sky, and you do some other certain tasks, you can reach the end of the map on purpose. Not just like you fell off the end. It's actually scripted that you can, if you follow the brightest star, you could say reach the end of the map, where you can either fall into Davy Jones' locker for a really valuable treasure, but you need the resources to get there and back, or glide your ship across to the star and enter Tartarus, the realm of chaos where Ares lives, like in that Sinbad movie. Or again, the Leviathan that I brung up in the review. There are so many possibilities and potentialities here just waiting to be uncovered. And number 4, the story. This is by far the absolute biggest one. There is no story, but you could very easily add one that could be very easily integrated into this multiplayer game and the main game. Like, let's just say, to break up the grind, you reach about the halfway point of your grind, 25, 25, 25, and about halfway through, to break up that grind, you could have a key story moment where one random member of your crew, so it could be anybody, is taken by Davy Jones, and you're forced on a full, long quest to get to the world's end and find the map and get that person out the locker, while at the same time the person in the locker is making friends with others that are trapped there, making a ragtag random crew of 4 to escape and reunite with their normal crewmates. And you could have several little stories like this to break up the grind and keep people engaged. And when you finally hit 50, 50, 50, 10, 10, 10, you and your crew get taken off the normal map and put into a legendary map. A map that is like the Grand Line, or is at least like how the Don Krieg's crewman describes the Grand Line.
わからねえのは事実さ。グランドラインに入って7日目のあの海での出来事が夢なのか現実なのか、未だに頭の中で整理がつかねえでいるんだ。信じきれねえんだ。たった一人の男に50隻の艦隊が壊滅させられたなんて。それは突然起こったんだ。その男は現れるやいなや艦隊の船を次々と沈めていったんだ。あの時運よく嵐が来なかったら俺たちの本船も完全にやられていた。仲間の船も何隻残ってるかわからねえ。ただ恐ろしくてあれを現実だと受け止めたくねえんだ。思い出したくねえんだよ。
yeah, this extremely harsh sea that is constantly stormy, AI ships are relentless and quite OP, and there on the legendary sea is where you and your crew have to work your asses off to get through some kind of story. And being a multiplayer game, you could have it like the story, yeah, a 50 ship fleet sunk by one man, maybe not that extreme, but if the AI is as relentless as I'm making out, you could say that unless you're extremely well prepared, or not even that, unless you're prepared to die a whole lot as a single ship, you could have team proximity speech on, and you could talk to the other ships, and the other ships have to team up, and you all have to team up and share resources to overcome the legendary challenges, and you all have to work together to get through the story missions to get to the end. But being a pirate game, if you want that sense of pirating in the legendary sea, you could make it so that gold and resources are extremely scarce, and if your ship is sunk, you don't get those resources back. You start with what you got sunk with to create this sense of desperation and every man for himself. It would create this atmosphere of tension and unease. Like, yes, you need to team up. If you want to get through this story, you need to team up and you need to share resources to overcome these story missions, or, you know, the tough AI will just paste you. But because you cannot go back to the normal sea, and your only option is to try and find some few scarce resources on the island, well, now you've got a chance to sink that ship that just worked with you, because that ship that just worked with you, they've got resources on them ship, resources that are very scarce to you. So if you sink it, you can then get the resources to work with another ship to get you through the story. But then you've also got to think, these 5 precious cannonballs, are they worth the reward? Does that ship have enough cannonballs and planks to make up to with these 5 precious ones that I'm going to sink them with? So you have to decide, do the resources that you've used justify using them? And that's just something random that I've pulled out my ass. But again, so much potential. As it stands, the Great Blue does feel like a beta or a starting area, getting you ready for some kind of grand line, learning you to communicate with your team and communicate via the proximity speech, learning you to work together, learning you how the ship works, how the cannon works, how to patch up the ship, how to bail out the ship, teaching you about the different kinds of missions like collecting treasure and the Order of Souls. Everything here feels like a great starting area and a teaching area, so that when you enter the more harsh story area of the legendary sea or the Grand Line, you have had hours and hours of practice and training so that you are prepared for what comes next. And lastly, number 5, bring it to other consoles. Let's face it, the Xbox One or the Xbox One X is a shit PC, and no one is dropping $600 on it. And there are even rumours that are not confirmed yet, but there are even rumours that after the Xbox One X, Microsoft or Xbox just wants to go third party. And while your Xbox servers might be okay, but not really, as shown from my Rivali moment with your Microsoft Store servers, which are pretty shit, trying to arrange a party and get them all together and get them in a team and make sure everything doesn't crash, opposed to something like Steam, which is just right click, join game, or the same with PlayStation, like with Overwatch, where you just look through your friends, you say invite to group, and bam, it's already done. Yours is like really not intuitive and a kind of failure. But a port to Steam, a full, more accessible online platform, that shit would sell like hotcakes. But more importantly, the Switch. The bright world lends to Nintendo's own Mushroom Kingdom and Dreamland cartoony aesthetics. I mean, even the bright tropical area and Star Allies looks a bit like the sea. Like, compare the two. It looks perfect for a Switch. Adding that extra portability of the Switch itself, it would be perfect for the Switch. It got a 3 out of 5 as its kind of average right now. But unlike many others, to quote him again, shut the fuck up, Joe. Stop saying it's dead, maybe in Sea of Thieves 2. There's no need for a Sea of Thieves 2. What we've got here is great, just stuff needs adding to it. And unlike Joe and many other No Man's Sea who have just ripped this off, no. This to me is Starbound when it first launched in early access, or even Terraria in early access. I bought both in their alpha states, a gamble, yes, and at the time I had the same feeling, imploring the devs to, like the corruption, great to exploring the corruption and the different planets for a while. It was great, building my base, it was fine. And, you know, even getting some residents on the planet. That was good. But it was lacking in a story. No story, no structure. It had an idea, but it needed more. And over the years, they kept showing forum posts of things that people suggested. And then they kept adding them and asking what else should we implement? What else should we put in next? And over time, more and more people commented and more ideas were suggested. And more of those ideas were added to both Starbound and Terraria, and they became this multi-million copy seller that we know in the present day. I believe Sea of Thieves is in the same boat. It's nowhere near the $60 or whatever they're charging right now, as it's not a full game. No, it's definitely not a full game. It is definitely a early access game, and it's far more value to just get the Xbox Pass for 14 days to try it out. As it stands right now, it's more along the lines of a $30 game, and I think that might be a better price, or even indeed a better idea. I think what they should do, what would really help Sea of Thieves right now, is for Rare to get Microsoft to change the price to £25, $30, and absolutely implore them to change the description to something like this. This is an early access game, and what you are buying is an unfinished game subject to change. This £30 or £25, $30 is not only buying you the game, but is also going to make you be classed as a founder, as this is now a founder's pack. So for those that bought into the early access Sea of Thieves, they get like some sort of founder's costume and shit. Maybe like because you put your gold down, you get a ship of solid gold and some sort of solid gold clothes, or your man is made of solid gold. Totally not biased. I mean, the gold hoarder has a gold eye and gold on his face, so why not have you as solid gold? And then all of these people that have put $30 down as a Sea of Thieves founder, as with any founders pack, not only get their extra bonus stuff, but get all paid for updates for free forever. And then of course, when it is finished and it goes up to $60, those that didn't buy the founders pack, they'll obviously have to pay the $60 and whatever you charge for any paid for DLC if it ever exists. It would make a lot more people a lot more happy right now, and it would be a lot more beneficial in the long run. But that's just me.